San Francisco, a place where the streets have no names. Okay, a place where the streets have some names, and a city that's famous for, things. Things here, things there, things everywhere. So we sent our man on the ground, Josh, to find out more about these things.
That's right, posh old-fashioned guy. Loads of things to check out, including going on a tour of the studio where they make the Skylanders computer game. But before I could start my free holiday, important work fact-finding mission, I had to do some research. So I typed San Francisco into YouTube and came up with this song, which is older than Louis Walsh.
If you're going to San Francisco, be sure to wear some flowers in your hair.
So I sent this snap to my friends, and then it was just a small problem of a 10-hour flight, the longest plane ride I'd ever been on. I was a little bit scared until I met our pilot and his trusty co-pilot. Not much happened on the actual plane, apart from the air hostess giving me these before landing. Blatantly had a crush on me. What? Gave them to everyone? To stop your ears popping? Really? Well, apart from the misunderstanding with the air hostess, when we were landing, they explained that San Francisco set their clocks 7 hours behind ours, and we might feel a bit tired and delirious, which was just ridiculous. So I've arrived. The time here is 7 o'clock. The time in the UK is 2 in the morning. I'm basically still on UK time, so not feeling too good. Luckily though, the bed looks fantastic. Look at that. So it's 6 o'clock in San Francisco. I'm up and about because they're living in the past, like literally 7 hours in the past. My sleeping is all wrong. So I'm awake and just out and exploring rather than just lazing about in bed, because I'm that kind of guy. And if people say it's actually because I lost my toothbrush and I don't know where people sell toothbrushes in America, they're wrong.
Hey, go Giants!
So I should probably explain, this lady hasn't been watching the last Harry Potter movie and hoping the Giants actually smash up Hogwarts. She's excited because the big San Francisco baseball team won a game last night, and they are called the Giants. She does look a bit like a Potter fan though. I'm guessing a Hufflepuff. So I've been wandering about for a bit, and I've ended up down in Fisherman's Wharf, which is kind of like one of the big attractions around here. So much ice cream stalls, hundreds and hundreds of ice cream stalls, which is kind of the opposite of toothbrushes. Not that that matters. Genuinely, here is a monster truck. Look at this. Well, okay, like a monster-y truck. So been down at Fisherman's Wharf for about half an hour now, and still no toothbrushes, which doesn't matter, but the view is pretty amazing. So today I get to go and look around the place where they actually make Skylanders. Very excited about this. Finding out about the new thing called Trap Team. Don't know much about it yet, but we will do by the end of the day. Going to be talking to the people that make it and maybe see if I can get myself made as a character in Skylanders. I have no idea if that's okay. Just going to ask really. And last time I asked someone from the Skylanders studios if that could happen, they said they'd need a character with very big ears. So I'm going to try and track down that guy and settle the beef. So just arrived at the Skylanders Studios and drove over the Golden Gate Bridge to get here, which I got some sick videos of. Yeah, okay, it needs a bit of work. Once we got inside, we had a tour of the studio. We also got to see how the Skylanders characters were made using something called 3D printing. We got to invent our own game, which was a platform, dance and flying game, which even we weren't too sure quite how it worked. And we met actual Broccoli Guy. We also learn all about Skylanders Trap Team, which is the latest game where you get to defeat enemies, trap them in something called Traptanium, and then play as the enemy characters, using them for good.
Ahoy! Please don't get through this yet. You'll need to tag in with the Trap Master of the Tech Element.
So I ran into Paul, who is like one of the main bosses here at Toys for Bob. Hey Paul, how are you going?
It's going great.
Amazing. So one of my missions on this little trip here is to try and get myself in the Skylanders game. How do you think that could happen as a character?
Well, what are your special powers?
I've got loads. I have a real lack of organisational skills, which is a special power. I can also, I tell this to everyone, I can pick up socks with my toes, so I don't need to bend down to put them into the dirty laundry.
That's great. You know, I think I'll bring this up at our next brainstorming session and we'll see how it goes.
Okay, good. Okay, well this is the promise. This is good stuff. Because I spoke to Gua, who helps out on Skylanders, about getting into the game, and he said he didn't know if they could make a character with big enough ears and nose. So I'm also trying to track him down. Is he around here?
You know, he's a small ways away on the other side of the United States, but I can give you his personal cell phone number.
If you could, that would be fantastic. Thanks so much.
Sure.
So just got back from the Skylanders studio tour, which was amazing. I saw so much cool stuff. Saw how they made characters, how they animate it. We also got a goodie bag, which was really, really cool. I'm gonna wait till I get home though to unwrap it, because you know, I haven't got a console here. There's no point being impatient like a dog after a packet of sausages. That'd just be stupid. So I'm down on Market Street, where the Twitter headquarters and office is. Quite exciting. Twitter was invented in San Francisco, so I reckon I'm going to go inside and try and meet the big boss, like the guy who's in charge of it all, the bird. Hi guys, is this where the Twitter headquarters is?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, is there any chance I could go up and see the bird?
You need to have an appointment.
Yeah, so apparently if you want to go see the Twitter bird, you need an appointment. Who knew? So now at Lombard Street, which is another of San Francisco's big attractions. Interesting fact about this, it's actually higher than Mount Fiji, genuinely. Just been walking up here and I can confirm that. It's basically like a windy road, because a straight road would just be too steep, I suppose. And just in case you think that this whole video's been about me saying how amazing San Francisco is, it's alright, it's okay. It's pretty steep, but it is from one of my brother's favourite movies, so he'll be well jolly that I came here. So yesterday we drove over one of San Francisco's like biggest landmarks. Everyone knows about it, the Golden Gate Bridge. My shots weren't the best, so I've come to a little pier where you get a better look. Now I know what you're thinking. Josh, that's not golden! Isn't it? Isn't it? Oh no, you're right actually. Yeah, red? More red, isn't it? So from the same pier you can also see Alcatraz, which is like one of the most famous prisons ever. That is where the baddies go, yeah. And it's meant to be sort of like unescapable, if that's a word, because it's in like the middle of the sea and you wouldn't be able to swim it. It's not that far. I reckon give me 15 minutes and 20 space hoppers and I'll have a raft to get out of there. I assume they have like space hoppers in prison. So I'm at my hotel, ready to get my flight back. Pretty exhausted, but good trip all in all. well done San Francisco. I'm sure you'll miss me, but stay strong. If you want to check out more about Skylanders Trap Team and all the other stuff I got up to on the trip, just go to funkidslive.com.
That's right, and if you want to hear more from Fun Children's Radio, hit subscribe. Fun Kids, I mean Fun Kids.